couple days to spend some time with my family, and I came back because I'm not usually good at training on my own, and I knew a couple of my teammates were staying here, and so we jumped right back into our body weight exercises and swimming, and we had a couple of practices a day, and we'd hang out outside of practices doing some board games like Settlers of Catan, or we'd go shopping to look for a dress for NCAAs, and we worked really hard and we're really excited to leave for Greensboro on Monday.
For spring break, we went to California. Our team stayed at Newport Beach in California, and it was awesome. We've stayed there the past 3 years, and I'm a sophomore on the team, so this is my second year. But still, it was a great time. We all loved that house. It's super awesome to be with everyone, the whole team, in the same house together because you're all in the same rooms, and it's just super awesome. We're right on the beach. So that was a lot of fun. We got to, as girls, we like to go tanning and hang out on the beach. So the first day, we got there we left Friday, so got there late Friday night. So Saturday until Tuesday, we didn't have a match. We were out there training, getting used to all of the different weather conditions. We use a different ball out there, so it's a little different bounce. So the first few days, we just got our rhythm going, and we would hit for about 2 hours in practice and get our coaching in. And then after that, we would get time to ourselves and time to hang out with the team as a group. So we had a lot of trips. Our head coach, Patrick, and our assistant coach, Art, were really good about planning trips for us. So one of the days we went to Laguna Beach, and we went shopping, which was super fun. And we also go to really nice restaurants there, so that's also a lot of fun. Also looking for celebrities. We didn't see any, but that's okay. And another day we went to San Diego, which was the first time we had been there. So that was a lot of fun. We went to a really cool Mexican restaurant, and we all had a lot of fun. And then we went to Ghirardelli ice cream shop after, so that was awesome. And then another day, we actually, if you wanted to, you could go surfing. Not that any of us were very good at it, but we all went and rented wetsuits if you wanted to. And so what I did was I rented a wetsuit and I went boogie boarding instead because I don't know how to surf. So that was a lot of fun just to actually be able to say that I was in the water in the West Coast. That was awesome because it was actually sunny, way sunnier than here in Virginia. And then we started out, we had 3 matches in California, and they were really good. Our first 2 matches, we played Laverne, which we were able to win 9-0, which was really awesome, because they're a nationally ranked team as well, so it was good to come out with a quick start. After that, we ended up playing Chapman, and they're really good too. They're nationally ranked as well, but we were able to beat them. And then our last match, we got a day, it was a quick turnaround. We played Pomona Pitzer the next day, and for women, they're ranked #1 in the nation. They had just won indoor nationals. So that was a pretty tough match, but it was really nice to get good experience to play a really good team. So I liked that we played them. We ended up losing that match, but we had a good fight. It was nice to experience really good players, and I think it really helped the whole team, get better and see what we all had to work on.
For spring break, the UMW men's tennis team went to Los Angeles in California to kick off the outdoor season. We got there on Friday, started off practicing a couple of days before we played the first 2 matches on first Sunday there. We played Whittier College in the morning, took care of them, beat them 8-1. That's what we were supposed to do, so we're glad we got that victory. And then later, the same day, we just went straight to UC Riverside to play them. It's another D1 school that we have on our schedule. We played D1 scoring, so even though we played 3 doubles matches, it's just 1 point. Unfortunately, we couldn't get that point. We had 3 very close matches. We could have won all those 3 matches, but ended up losing them, lost the doubles point. They came out a lot hotter than we did in singles. We got a couple of sets, just 1 match, so we lost that one 6-1, unfortunately. So that was a tough loss. Then we went back to Newport Beach, where we stayed in a very nice house on the beach. We had Monday off. A lot of us spent time hanging out on the beach over there.
So we went to Myrtle Beach over spring break, and as a young team, we were just kind of trying to bond, trying to just get to know each other. We only have 4 seniors, so obviously it's just all of us just trying to see who is what kind of person, what kind of player too, so that was interesting. On the field, we're great chemistry. It's just an awesome team to play just with, and we're all just a bunch of goofballs singing songs in the dugout and on bus rides and karaoke and all that. And we were able to practice on the beach a little bit, get some back practice in, and we like 4 of us were dared to go in the water, and it was kind of cool because it was freezing cold, but it was nice out, so it wasn't too bad. And we were able to have like a day just to ourselves to relax and become more of a team, lay out, go to the pool, go shopping, so that was fun. And we ended up doing pretty well. I think we won about 2 or 3 games, just experimenting with everybody on the field and everybody in the lineup and everything, so just getting to know who compliments who. And definitely just the younger girls getting to know how the older girls play in certain scenarios and just figuring out who we are as a team.
We just got back from our annual trip. We were there for 6 days. It was a long time for us. We played it every single day, but we also had time to enjoy. We started the trip going down. We had a game on the way down to kind of break up the long road trip. Won a game in extra innings. We left here being ranked 29th in the nation, and we came back 12th in the nation, so it was a very successful trip for all of us. Probably the best part of our trip was on Tuesday. We got to play at the Pelicans Park, which is a AA stadium for the Chicago Cubs. We were able to pick up a win there in a major league stadium, which is awesome. We went to dinners every night. We had a couple waterfront places. Our resort was right on the beach, full of hot tubs and lazy rivers going through the river. We woke up every morning looking at the beach and getting to play baseball, so it was pretty much all we could ask for a relaxation trip, and baseball included. So it was an awesome time.
For men's lacrosse this spring break, we had the opportunity to stay on campus, and whether it was watch film or practice, we did that a couple times a day, and I think our coach put it best in that, we got to be the professional lacrosse players. We didn't have to worry about school. We didn't have to worry about doing homework. We could just play and focus on lacrosse, and ultimately that'll just make us a better team.
So for our spring break, our team road trip down to North Carolina, where we spent some time in Greensboro, Chapel Hill, and Raleigh. During our time there, we spent 4 days. We had 2 games, and then 2 of the days we had some kind of downtime to explore the city and just do whatever. So the first day we were there, we played Guilford, and we won, which was really nice. It was cool because we got to play this team last year again, and so they were just a really quality opponent who faced some of the similar teams that we will in this upcoming season. And then on Monday night, we actually went to the UNC Syracuse men's basketball game, and these tickets were provided through a Mary Washington alum, so it was really neat to see, even 4 hours away, there's still connections that we have from our school here. And then after that, Tuesday, we spent some time downtown Raleigh. We were able to just shop around, kind of hang out before we had a game, and it was just really awesome to see, there's another campus of NC State, so it was just awesome to see the different kind of atmosphere that they have at their school as well. And then our last game in North Carolina, we played Meredith College. And again, they're another really great opponent who do play some similar teams that we play as well. And so it was just really cool to see, down a bit further south where lacrosse isn't as popular, but they still have a really great program there as well. And the rest of our spring break, we prepped for our first CAC opener at Southern Virginia, which we won, so it was really awesome to start our conference play and just kind of bring back 3 W's from spring break. And rolling into the rest of our season, we have some important in-region games coming up, so we spent the rest of the time preparing for that, as well as continuing our CAC play.
So it's great to be back in the office as the campus comes alive again, students return from spring break, and we get back into our routine a little bit. But spring break is often anything but for our student athletes and our teams, as many of our programs use the spring break time as an opportunity to get in multiple competitions and practices and chance for teams to grow and forge their identity as a unit. Our baseball team and softball teams both were down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, where they competed almost on a daily basis during spring break. Baseball had a great run down there. I think they went 5-1 during their week down in Myrtle Beach, on their way to an overall record of 13-1 right now. Both of our tennis teams, men's and women's tennis, took their annual trip out to California, where they competed against some of the best teams in the country and did really well and positioned themselves for conference play upon their return. So it's a busy and exciting and a fun time for all of our programs. Lacrosse teams are working and practicing as well. So again, for our student athletes in the spring sports, it's not so much of a break time as a work time and an opportunity time for them. Our basketball team, our women's basketball team, capped off their CAC championship with a trip to the NCAA tournament, and just a terrific season that they've had, culminating in that bid to the NCAAs and a trip down to Maryville, Tennessee. Maybe wasn't the most ideal location for our team to go just because it was a really long trip, but the way the NCAA pairings system works, that's where we got sent. Our team did a great job preparing and competing, but came up just a bit short against a very talented Maryville team on their home court, finishing with a 24-5 overall record and the CAC championship. It was certainly a season to remember, and with only one senior, a lot to look forward to with that program. I had the privilege of being in Tennessee with our women's basketball team. Sort of the best part of my job is when I get to watch our talented student athletes compete, particularly on the NCAA level and at the NCAA stage. And I was so proud of the way that we represented the University of Mary Washington. We competed until the very, very end. And no matter what that scoreboard said, we were certainly champions. And there were a few tears in the locker room after the game, including a few from the athletic director. But when we walked out of the room, our heads were held high, our shoulders were back, and we took a great deal of pride in the accomplishment. No matter where, no matter when, it's always a great day to be an Eagle. And the spring break for the University of Mary Washington Department of Athletics was no exception. We're excited and ready for a terrific spring season and really, really proud of what we've accomplished thus far. Have a great day and a great spring. Thank you.